Hello there! Today guys, we're talking about tobacco scents from luxury to cheap. There's for all budget, all different kind of sorts of tobacco. This is the most sexy fragrance note of fall and winter. I love it. I think it's very mysterious and low-key sexy. Voila, this is Clémence. I talk about fragrance. Welcome back. Also, I've been absent during a week. I will give you some news at the end of the video, but for now, let's go on to the video. So first of all, what is the tobacco note in perfumery? It's got so many different types of facets. When you say facet, it's saying like, for example, a tobacco note can have a fruity facet, you know, like plum, peach, stuff like this. It could have something like a more sticky facet, like honeyed facet kind of thing. This is what we talk about facet. Basically, it's very versatile because you can treat the ingredient differently and highlight some facet different way. And just to let you know, tobacco scent is not only for men. No! A fragrance with tobacco on women is intensely sexy. I think it's full of charm. Originally from South America, it comes from the plant Nicotina, but there's many species. So tobacco is one of them, but the Nicotina create a lot of species. When you're a perfumer, you have few choices. You can basically reproduce synthetically, which is the easiest thing to do with a tobacco note in your fragrance, and also the less costly most of the time. You have usually a sweeter tobacco, more round, or you choose to associate it with fragrances close to coumarin, tonka-bean, even sage is quite close to those kind of mystical herbaceous tone, but usually it's a bit honeyed as well. You also have your choice to do it naturally, but it will be of course more costly. But when you do it naturally, it's a totally different odor, a totally different smell. It's going to be basically more aromatic, maybe a little bit more herbaceous, dry. What you do with the Nicotina, they take the tobacco leaf, they make it dry naturally, and this is called, and it changed to a brown color, and this is called la Havana. So basically the scent that you will extract the oil from will be closer to this, which is kind of closer to what we smell in the street sometimes. But don't worry, today we're not talking about the cigarette smell that intoxicate you when you walk in the street. By the way, I think it's very rude to walk with a cigarette. It's not sexy. But let's start by a small budget, and I have to Zara Riche Warm Addictive. I'm not usually a fan of Zara fragrance. I have actually a lot because I wanted to review them, so I bought a lot. I've got some fragrance that I'm going to talk after, that when you have that, you know, you kind of want to smell bougie every day. So Riche Warm Addictive is actually one of my favorite Zara, if not my favorite. I think it's my favorite. Compliments when I was wearing this fragrance. People have been stunned by, oh, it smells very niche, blah, blah, blah. Clémence, she has a lot of niche fragrance, and when I say Zara, they're like, extremely synthetic, you pay the price for. It's not a tobacco that is going to be extremely rich, like the title say, but it's really round, it's very cozy, it's enveloping. It nearly has this, for me, tropical vibe with that coconutty milky tone. It's retail in the men's section. Go and get it for yourself, you're going to love it, guys. Wait. In the designer range, so designer range, there's not a lot of choices, only because when you are in designer, you don't focus on one note usually. It's always reserved for the masculine range. So for the women's, bye-bye, tobacco.
Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye now, bye, bye-bye.
But there was Belle d'Opium from YSL that we can think about, but not to the extent to recommend it. Directly thinking of Valentino, born in Roma, Coral Fantasy. Simple, but they're very versatile, and I think when you don't know what to wear, or you want something that is gonna smell really good without being too generic, I think it's great. It's tobacco with lavender, so they played on the aromatic factor. There's a huge balance between something very fresh with those aromatic notes and something very warm and spicy with, for example, cardamom and apple. So it's not the spice like cinnamon and stuff like this, wintry. So it's more like the warm cardamom that gives something very volatile and very easy to wear, because you can see cardamom everywhere in masculine fragrance. It's not life-changing, but it's a beautiful fragrance for daytime, not for nighttime, and something that is easy for office or stuff like that. It's a great scent, I really like it. You can also choose in the tobacco Burberry London. It's really a fragrance that I really reserve for Christmas, winter vibe, just because it has a little bit of that cinnamon Christmas tree as well. So tobacco that is slightly sweet. I'm calling luxury a perfume fragrance that are usually sold in the selective perfumery. Selective perfumery is usually alongside designer, or it could be a designer that decided to do an exclusive range. That's luxury for me. So, right, the first one is Dior Tobacolor. Universally, I think we can all say that this fragrance is amazing. And if I tell you that a Dior is amazing, please trust me, because it's not often when I like a Dior fragrance nowadays. Some fragrance I wouldn't pay for the price. Tobacolor, I would pay for the price. I would recommend it, for example, to someone that wants to smell sophisticated and sexy at the same time, to not want to give too much, but he wants something that stays, that be comforting as well, with a cozy dry down, but somewhat a bit sexy. Every time you make you put fruity notes like plum alongside tobacco, you create a blend that is, oh my god, irresistible. If someone smells like that around me, I'm just like... So, this fragrance is actually quite rich to me. It's quite thick and I really like it. I think it's really something that stands out in the collection in Dior to me, because the rest are quite, most of them are quite light actually. So for me, this is really like a standout. Next one, which is an easy one, designer still, but sold with the niche, replica, Maison Margiela, Jazz Club. Second bottle is nearly empty, so it means that I'm gonna purchase a third bottle. The first whiff of the fragrance of quite boozy tobacco, but this is a sweet tobacco. A lot of people I've seen are not feeling the tobacco, because for me it's a synthetic tobacco which smell more sweet, vanilla-like. I smell, you know, a turtleneck in a lounge bar, like syruping with whiskey. Hello. No, I wear it in summer, I wear it in winter, I wear it all the time, day, night, I wear it all the time. It's so versatile and that's why I wear it so much. It's simple but it does work. We have Serge Lutens. I'm putting Serge Lutens in there, Clémence? Yes, because most of Sephora, they retail Serge Lutens. There's a lot of people that put comment on me, mostly on my French channel, to be honest. By the way, this is a video that is launched also on my French channel. I don't do that often, but if you want to learn French and if you're French, you can go to Clémence te parle de parfum. That's my French channel. Serge Lutens. Yes, I don't talk about it a lot. It's never a house that really attracted me a lot. And the only one that I was mind blown was Chergui. There's a lot of masterpieces, don't get me wrong, in there. It's just, you know, it's up to what you like at some point. And this is not the one that I'm enjoying the best. But Chergui, yes, I signed for it. This is a great tobacco scent that is more on the sweet side as well, that have a little bit of a honey touch, but really for me, compared to the other one, what really feels different is the dry down that is even more comfy, because it has like a powdery undertone, which is a bit like baby powder. You want to smell sweet and sexy, but you still want to feel smart. This is a bomb. To the niche category now, so we go to things that are maybe a little bit more edgy. So all the fragrance I talked before, this is really easy to access. The first one is a huge discovery of the year and is Granado Boemia. This brand is gorgeous, it's from Brazil. What I like is that they have all the savoir-faire in perfumery. It's the scent are beautifully done, all of them, you can't deny this, and they're very affordable with really nice packaging. I love it. Alors, compared to all the fragrances I show you, this is the more aromatic one, the fresh and spicy one. Pepper, black pepper. The first whiff, you smell that, and it smells nearly sparkling in your nose, like it's like pitch. It keeps the freshness and the strength of the fragrance for a long time. Much more dry. For me, a tobacco that is closer to natural tobacco on this one. It's really like, it's more or less like a woody fragrance, and the slightly sweeter note that I can smell is mostly like the resin, which is the olibanum that gives that directly. And then after you can smell of cedar, the tobacco is really present obviously, and a slightly leatherish dry down, but not too excessive. It's a great fragrance for signature scents because it's very versatile as well for men. So I do wear it a lot because I love it on me, but I have to say when my boyfriend was there, it's top tier. Next one is Initio Side Effect. The main difference with Initio is that you get a huge, powerful beast longevity with intense powdery sillage. The lack of richness, depth. For example, like I'm going to show you fragrance after that have much more depth, and I'm going to explain to you why. But this is really like, the fragrance is gorgeous, okay? It's one of the sexiest of the list. It's beast. It's everything in your face. You want to be sexy. You want to be on a date. You want to show off. This is the one for you. And but you need to enjoy that very powdery sillage, and all of the ingredients have something that is quite flat. I can really smell a bit of a vanilla cherry note in there, which is amazing. It's one of my favorite of Initio. Tobacco Oud by Kayali. Of the favorite of my boyfriend at the moment, he keeps wearing it everywhere. Maybe challenging scent to wear for a new nose or for someone that doesn't really like oud, because it does smell animalic. It smells something wet, animalic in there. The oud is really like Middle Eastern type of oud. If you smell like those kind of fragrance before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Be primitive, huh? You want to rip up the clothes when you smell something like that. Anyway, they've put gourmand notes in there, and this is mostly praline. So really, if you want something a little bit more rounder, sweeter, but gourmand, that for me, this is really addictive. This feels a bit darker than the rest. And next is Naxos Xerjoff. I talk to you all the time about this fragrance. It's the must-have. If you never smell it, please go have a walk, go and smell Serge or order a sample. For me, it's one of the best tobacco in this planet. I love the perfect balance of lavender and honey in the scent plus the tobacco. It feels extremely classy, gentleman-like. It does have something a bit old-fashioned but yet modernized. And this is what I like. This is a fragrance for gentlemen, but that wants to smell also modern. It's amazing. It's smooth, the longevity. Do we have to talk about the projection? Next one is my crush of this year. Dusita La Rhapsodie Noire. This tobacco is definitely something that is not the main note in the fragrance. So compared to the rest, it's the most soft tobacco you can find. And I think that's why it suits so well women. It's a huge revolution. It's a fougère scent. And it's quite funny because a fougère is a barbershop fragrance in the common sense. This is the aromatic vibe that you smell in barbershop with lavender, green notes, blah, blah, blah. We heard about it many times. This is a classic in the men's cologne, right? So they took that fougère and they put gourmand notes with coffee. It's so sensual. This is pure class, but at the same time, it's got that twist with coffee that is so good. I am in love with this fragrance. Compared to the rest, I would say for me it's one of the most qualitative because you can definitely smell all the ingredients separately. You can smell how it's been worked. You can smell how the composition is done. It's nearly like you smell this and you can see the olfactive pyramid. It's very rare nowadays. For me, it's really make me think of a good Chanel, for example. I actually never smelled something similar before. This is new to me. This should be a new category, olfactive family, you know, at this point. So for that, I think Dusita did an amazing job. This is a great scent. Vanille Havane by Les Indémodables. Alors, this is a fragrance that is definitely for the train nose. By the way, have you seen the color of the juice? It's so intense for me. Yes, it's a vanilla fragrance, a vanilla that is dark, by the way. It's not like really sweet vanilla, which is what it's supposed to smell really in nature. It's sweet, but it has that leaves aromatic just detail in there. So overall, it's a huge bomb, very intoxicating, very intense. It leaves it dry down a bit powdery. You can tell that this is depth. Like when people say, oh, I don't know what you're talking about when you say depth, well, smell this. The ingredients are much richer, concentrated. They're not linear. They will twist on you, they will turn, which is something that is significative when you have a little bit more natural ingredient. But I find it something slightly more boozy, and I think yeah, like for me this is kind of the tuxedo kind of outfit to me. It's incredible. I absolutely love it, and this is definitely a fragrance for someone that wants something a bit more edgy. You don't want to smell like anyone else? Well, get yourself this vanilla tobacco. It's to die for. Less easier to wear, I'm gonna say, and the closest to a realistic tobacco scent is Akro Smoke. Exactly like you're having a cigar, but you know, some people really like the realistic smell of tobacco. Me personally, I don't find it really super attractive personally. But some people really like a cigarette smell on a man, or on the contrary, because they find it very sexy. The tobacco is literally like a fresh cigar. Make the cigar dry a bit. You know that smell? He's the CEO of a multinational going to an after work or a lounge bar and want to have a whiskey on its own because he had a really long day and he's a very serious guy, you know, that cliche, yeah. Yeah, or the bank guy. No, I like it. I wouldn't buy it. I wanted to put it in the description because this is not something I would recommend, but I know some people of you like those type of scents, so I wanted to make you aware. Right, if you enjoyed this video today, for me it was really nice to come back after I think a little bit more than a week of a break. I was not on holiday. I'm actually like pushing myself a bit today because at some point you need to go back, you know, so I'm pushing myself and it's a bit difficult, to be honest. I'm on the edge. I can feel. Fortunately for me, I can smile very easily, so it's easy for me to not really show that vibe. But basically what happens is I left you a message, so just a little update. My little Merlin, my bunny rabbit, was sick. He's on antibiotic for the rest, so he's okay. It was just a bit slower, and for me it was very sad. Even for Edwin it was really sad because usually he follows us in the morning. You know, it's his house, not ours, so he's going everywhere, and usually he follows us to the kitchen to have a little bit of banana, you know. He was not doing that anymore, so it was very sad because for me it's I have Merlin since 5 years now, a little bit more than 5 years, so yeah, I'm scared to death that something is gonna happen. And usually when there's an event like this close to death, I'm completely falling into pieces, guys, which is exactly what happened. You know, I've talked about it quite often, but yeah, I've got symptoms of bipolarity, so when something happened like this, it put me down straight away into the down zone for quite a while. So I'm not completely out, but I'm trying to work through it. But yeah, during a week I did nothing. I did nothing. I didn't touch my social media. I couldn't even open a message because I was so anxious. So yeah, I did nothing. I was lame in my sofa. Voilà. Yeah, but that's life, you know, that's how it is. And you know, like for me, it's nothing new. It's always been like that for me. I always have like weeks where I'm like, yeah, like a few weeks ago I did to you like 2 videos every 2 days. I was like, you know, like crazy, and then the next day I'm like, everything fall down to pieces. But it's always been like that for me. It's always been like that, so there's nothing new. This is my life, this is how it works, and that's fine. I'm just dealing with it, that's it. So I don't want to put myself as a victim, like, oh, I feel so bad, I couldn't do video. No. I hope this is going to go very quick, and everything is going to be fine for my little bunny, because that will help a lot. I'm very sensitive to the matter of death, so for me it's like putting me down very quick, because, you know, I lost my best friend. One of my friends is sick at the moment. You know, like I lost one of my friends like 2 years ago as well. So, you know, like I had enough. Anyway, guys, this is going to be fine. I'm talking too much right now. I want to give you a huge thank you if you're watching this video, especially when I'm taking a break like this. This is means the world to me, and if you comment as well, thank you so much. It's a little for you, but for me it's huge. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and if you love perfume, this is a channel for you. Voilà, thank you. Have a lovely day and see you soon. Let's clock out, you and me, wander around West County, take my hand, shop and see, only give me out. Je t'emmène dans mon paradis bleu.